Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More alleged rape of toddler in Tennant Creek not foreseeable. Territory Families says so far today police in Australia would have dealt with on average 557 domestic violence matters. Learn more about these numbers. Share Child Protection Services should have removed a 2-year-old girl before her alleged rape, Territory Families has conceded, but authorities could not have predicted a sexual assault by a perpetrator that walked into this family. A report by NT Children's Commissioner Colleen Gwynn found the child, who was allegedly sexually assaulted in the outback town of Tennant Creek in February, was at a foreseeable risk of harm. The family of 5 children had been subject to 52 child protection notifications since 2002, including exposure to domestic violence and parental substance abuse, lack of education, neglect, emotional harm, physical harm and sexual abuse. The report found there had also been 35 recorded domestic violence incidents between the parents and more than 150 interactions between the family and police. They, staff, made the best assessment they could given the circumstances they were in, Territory Families CEO Ken Davis said. But clearly we should have intervened to remove the child from the circumstances they were in. In a summary response to the Commissioner's report, Territory Families accepted all 14 recommendations put forward, but the department proposed the conclusion be amended because there was not sufficient evidence before the Commissioner to draw this finding. While conceding the response by Child Protection Services could have been different, Mr. Davis said the report's findings around domestic violence within the family could not have been used to predict a sexual assault by a perpetrator that walked into this family. All children should have been removed. Commissioner The Children's Commissioner told the ABC it was her view all of the children should have been removed from the family. If we look at evidence of what has occurred with that family over 16 years, there were a number of times when statutory action should have been taken, Ms. Gwynn said. My view is those children should have been removed from that family and should have been removed from that family some time ago. These children were at significant risk and had been at significant risk for many years, and there were opportunities to intervene that weren't taken up. And therefore I believe that what occurred was foreseeable. The 2-year-old girl and one of her 4 siblings were removed from their mother's care by South Australian Child Protection Services last month, the report said. Territory Families Minister Dale Wakefield said the report showed a clear case for system reform. The way our system works is individual recommendations are made around individual children, but what has happened is our system hasn't made our workers look at the whole picture of the family, she said. And that is clearly a failing, that is clearly identified in the recommendations. If the worker had had all the information that's now available to us, from all the agencies, there would have been a very different outcome for that child. Ms. Wakefield stopped short of explicitly saying the child should have been removed from the family. So be it. If report leads to increase in child removals in the wake of the Tennant Creek case, Territory Families embarked on reviewing cases with multiple notifications within a whole family, with 7 out of 150 cases being referred back for further investigation. So far, I can say in Tennant Creek we've looked at some families down there, which has led to the removal of children from circumstances where there's been an overlay of domestic and family violence, Mr. Davis said. It has enabled us to go back and look at our systems and particularly make an assessment around this issue of cumulative harm. In response to the report, the Territory Families Department said if staff applied the approach recommended by the report, many more children would end up in the care of the Chief Executive Officer. Ms. Gwynn responded, so be it. If we undertake a proper assessment of the history of some of these children and it's determined they are in need of care, and need to be taken into the care of the CEO, then so be it, Ms. Gwynn told the ABC. We cannot allow children to remain in danger where their safety is brought into question. Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More